What's up, everybody? I'm back. Did you miss me? I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back with the jumper. Yo, we're gonna call this Let's Talk. You know, I've been gone for so long, and you know, I came with a little update video, letting y'all know that I've been dealing with a few different things and stuff, but I told y'all I wasn't never going permanently. I just had to get some things together, and I'm still getting them together, but it's a little better than what it was. So I'm back. Did you miss me? A little bit, maybe a smidgen of a bit, a half of a piece of a quarter of a bit. All right. Well, since I've been gone, there's been so much going on, and like I've missed so many different reviews. Like, I haven't missed the shows. I've been watching them, but I've missed so many reviews. It's like no point in trying to do them now. So, hey, let's just talk about everything that's happened since I've been gone. Let's talk about entertainment. Let's talk about the shows. Let's talk about everything. I mean, there's been a whole lot of craziness going on with the period since I've been on my little break handling my business. One thing is Bobbi Kristina. At the beginning of this month, earlier this month, it's either the beginning part of this month or either like the last week of January, she was found face down in a bathtub, and it was so weird because it was like just almost 3 years to the date of when her mom was found dead the same way. And since then, she's been in a medically induced coma to try to, decrease the swelling on her brain. And there's been so much craziness going on with that. Tyler Perry flew Bobby Brown in so he could be with his daughter with everything that was going on, which I thought that was great. And then there's her family has just been fighting with Nick Gordon. It came out that her and Nick Gordon weren't actually married, which was like, what? All the time, we've been thinking y'all were married because y'all went out and said that you were, and now we come to find out that you really aren't. So, that has been crazy to find that out all of a sudden. And, it's just been thing after thing after thing. It's just crazy, y'all. But they tried, just this week, they tried to bring her out of the coma. But she's been in the coma for a couple weeks now. They tried to bring her out of the coma so the doctors could get a good, look at whatever was going on with her brain from, and see whatever damage could possibly be there, because she was without oxygen for a period of time before she was found. She was alive, they administered CPR, revived her and everything, but, it doesn't take much of a period of time without oxygen for you to become brain dead. And, everybody is on, social media with their different criticisms of what they think should happen, saying that the family should just let her go, and it's crazy, y'all. It's just so much. I don't really have much of an opinion on the situation. I mean, the girl has obviously been through some pain. She's been through some things, and Only thing I know to do or say about a situation like that is that we should just pray for her and pray that things get better for her, you know. There's not a whole lot that you can say about that. But, yeah, my thoughts and prayers are with the Houston Brown family. And I pray that whatever God's will is what ends up happening. I can't say what it should be. I'm not supposed to question God. I mean, I do have times where, you know, you're not supposed to question him why. I don't understand it. I can't. So I'm just gonna say we should pray for her, and you know, I think everything's gonna work out. I think the way that it should. It may not necessarily be a favorable situation that we may particularly want, but I think things will work out for the best in the end. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that situation. Like I said, I just hope that everybody stops fighting, because that's not helping this situation at all if everybody's sitting around fighting all the time. In other news, what's happened recently, the Kardashians and Amber Rose, Khloe Kardashian and Amber Rose, man, if that situation didn't blow up all over social media, like they were just going at it at each other's throat, you know. It all started when Amber Rose was invited on the Breakfast Club. Y'all know the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne, and you know they can be kind of messy. You know, they messy as hell. You know, Charlamagne definitely is messy. You know, he asked. The Envy tends to ask questions. You know, I guess you know he's very inquisitive and wants to know why, what this is, what that is. But Charlamagne just, he messy. That's really all you can say. He messy. But they asked her how she felt about the Kylie Jenner and Tiger situation, and she basically just said, you know, she felt that Tiger was too old to be dating Kylie. And you know, they keep trying to tell everybody that they're just friends and stuff, but I'm just gonna say it like this: my mama didn't play. I don't know what Kris Jenner does with her kids, but my mama didn't play. My daddy didn't play, and wasn't no way that I was gonna be 16, 17 and being friends with a 26-year-old grown man. It just wasn't gonna go down, you know. So, and then they're flying out of the country together, and they spending so much time together alone. Like, that wasn't gonna fly in my house. My parents weren't gonna go for that. So, I don't know what it is, but it seems like they're dating, and it seems like he doesn't want to say what's really going on until she is truly of age. And then baby they'll drop this bomb on us and tell us that, oh yeah, y'all, we were dating the whole time. Who knows? Them folks crazy. But she basically just saw that she said that, you know, he was too old for that. And then Khloe got on social media. She got on Twitter, and she was like, Amber need to keep her mouth off her sister, and you know, they just kept going back and forth. And then somebody got in, somebody commented on the thing and basically just went in on the whole family. And you know, Khloe was saying that Amber shouldn't have been speaking on her sister and what her little sister's doing at 16, 17 when she was out stripping at 15. Amber was like, yep, I was stripping But I was trying to take care of my family. That I had to do what I had to do. And then, but she's like, well, what about your sister though? With her sex tape though? Yeah, it was a lot. It was just crazy. They were doing the most. Like, I mean, that's really all you can say. They were doing the most. They were going back and forth, and everybody was like taking sides. Were they team Khloe or they team Amber? And child, what else is happening? Was it the Grammys? Yeah, on the Grammys, you know, Kanye pulled another stunt. You know, a few years ago he did the whole thing with Taylor Swift. This time he did at the Grammys once again for Beyonce. He jumped up and he basically was saying that the dude that won Album of the Year shouldn't have won, that Beyonce should have won. I don't know what to say about Kanye. Like, I really don't. That man got some things going on and he needs some help. Like, as some people that wants us to believe that he's like this brilliant mind, and I believe that he could be, but I believe that it's not the brilliance that's making him do all these crazy things that he keeps doing. Like, that ain't brilliance. That's something else. That's how I feel. It's something else. That ain't brilliance. Child, please. Yeah. It won't make us feel like we crazy. He said, he even contributed to the whole Amber Rose and Khloe Kardashian thing. He got on The Breakfast Club and basically said that he had to take 30 showers after messing with Amber in order to get with Kim. And I'm like, 30 showers? But we just gonna run over what Kim is. So, like, Amber's worse than Kim. And she was so bad, you sure was with her for a while and was happy when you was with her. But, oh, you was seeing Kim behind Amber's back. I'm just saying. Those people, they do so much. They're always doing the most. Like, I don't understand what the problem is with Kanye. You know, that's that shit. I don't know. Yeah, like, everybody's saying that, you know, he started acting out because his mom died. And, you know, I had sympathy for that situation because my mother that died, like, my birth mother died when I was 8 years old. And, yes, it has had an effect on me. And that, even though I did have parents that raised me from 8 and up after my mother died, it still had an effect on me to lose my mother. So, yeah, I do have sympathy for him in that aspect, but that still doesn't excuse some of the crazy behavior that he has. And I don't know, Kanye just needs some prayer, I guess. Like, that's all you can say about Kanye. But yeah, on to the next topic. So, at the Oscars, what's her name? Zendaya Coleman. She wore, she had this beautiful gown, you know. She wore this gown and she had faux locks in her head. And, you know, she's a pretty slim girl, but they talked about her on Fashion Police, and I get it. I get if you don't particularly like something. There's a way to say you don't like something without what they said. They basically say, you know, with her faux locks, she looked like she walked around smelling like weed and patchouli oil. That was Juliana Rancic. Weed and patchouli oil. That's really what you think about people with locks. Like, there's so many people with locks that you just gonna think everybody is just the same, in the same category. Like, for real? Like, that's really what you think. So Zendaya, she came back on Twitter with a very classy and tactful response, and she basically, you know, told her that, you know, that was kind of wrong and stereotypical to say such a thing like that, and it was unnecessary. She also went on to say how there were a number of very prominent African American people who wear locks. So to say that everybody walks around smelling like weed and patchouli oil, that they have locks, is a very ignorant statement. Like, you know everybody they got locks. Like, you just gonna assume that everybody they got locks just represent this stoner culture. Come on now. That's like us saying that every skinny white girl must be anorexic or bulimic and pop pills and drink and do all kind of other crazy nonsense. That would be wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that would be wrong. Stereotypes are wrong, and they need to be, you know, they need to die. Go away. It's not cool. And I don't understand why people seem to think that they can get away with just saying whatever they feel. Like people don't have feelings. Like, whatever people feel doesn't really matter. Because I want to say this, that, and the third about you. You know, that's what I feel, so only my opinion matters. Since when? Girl. But I'm glad Zendaya's came back with her with a very classy and tactful response. After Zendaya's response, Juliana did try to apologize on Twitter, but then her apology was so lame. It was like she should have kept it. It was like she ignored everything that Zendaya said in her response, saying that, oh, I wasn't referencing that the weed, I'm just had a bohemian chic look. Really? For real? That's how you feel? For real? Okay. Then, you know, people on Twitter was like saying, I even said it myself, that, you know, that apology was so lame that you could have kept it to yourself. There was no reason to even say that. And of course, she issued a public on-air apology after that, which is just like, okay, girl, whatever. We're gonna let you have it so we can let it go. But we watching you. You gotta know, even when you think certain things, you gotta know when to keep things inside your head and not say them publicly. Even if there's a way that you think, you can't always say exactly what you feel. I mean, you ain't gotta like me, but I mean, you at least respect me. I'm just saying. I ain't did nothing to you. So you gonna start throwing stereotypes at me? That's what we do now. Alright. Chat, please. What other thing I wanted to touch on? It's been so much. It's been so many different things that's going on, and I don't know exactly which ones to hit on. But what the last thing that I think I was going to talk about, as far as in the news, well, two things. Rest in peace to my Givens, aka Real from Real Chance of Love, I Love New York from 1 and 2. Well, I don't think they were on there, but they weren't on there. So yeah, on 2, on 1 they were definitely on there, but yeah, rest in peace to my Givens. He recently lost his battle with cancer. He's been battling cancer since, I believe, either 2012 or 2013. He thought he had colon cancer. He thought all the cancer was gone. Actually, the cancer was gone. Then it came back. In the time period that it was gone, he had given his life to Christ. He married and had a beautiful young son, and it's just sad that, you know, he's only 33 and he's gone, and his son's like 1 year old. But cancer is a crazy disease. I recently lost my friend to cancer in December, and she fought a hard battle. She was a really sweet girl, and that it really hurt losing her. It really did. But my thoughts and prayers go out to that family. And my thoughts and prayers also go out to the family of Adrian Peterson. His 7-year-old son also lost his battle with cancer. And 7, that's just a baby. So much, we have so much life left to live, and to have it cut short due to this disease. It's crazy. Last thing I wanted to touch on as far as news related was there was a video and an article that surfaced yesterday. Well, I should say, what's today? Thursday. We can say today's Thursday. There was a video and an article that surfaced on Wednesday. And there was this young girl from Atlanta that she said she was beaten and held hostage by 3 young women that she considered to be her best friend. And she had some devastating injuries, like Those injuries were horrible. Those are not injuries that you get from your normal, regular fight. Like, it was crazy. The injuries that she had, I would really put them on the level of attempted murder, to be honest. Those were the type of injuries that she had. And it said the reasoning behind it was something about she sat on a hamburger. And I'm like, seriously? Y'all beat somebody to a pulp about sitting on a hamburger? Y'all, I just don't know. I don't understand what's up with people these days. Like, people are psychotic. They, like, they are crazy. I don't even understand. Like, for real, I don't. It's too much. Way too much. Like, you beat somebody like that over a hamburger. A hamburger, y'all. There's more to the story. I really believe that there had to be more to the story, because a hamburger, like, I don't know, that is too much. A hamburger, y'all. Like, I'm gonna put the link down below and y'all can go look at it, but that's rough. And the worst thing about it, she tried to report it to the police, and the police don't even believe her. Like, they, in a sense, kind of left her out of the police station when she tried to report what happened to her. Like, if nothing else, even if you question the exact circumstances of what happened to this girl, like, you should at least have arrested the girls on assault at the least, like, how can people do something like that to somebody and you see these injuries on this girl? Like, it's obvious she didn't do that to herself. So you just gonna not do anything about it. She don't matter. Shame on you, Atlanta PD. Shame on you. For real, shame on you. And I hope this young girl, I hope she gets the justice that she deserves. And I really hope that she finds some true friends, because nobody that actually cared about you would do something like that to you. Like, your real friends ain't gonna do you like that. Like, no way at all. That's not gonna happen. Your real friends are not going to do you like that. I just don't see that happening at all. So, yeah, I definitely hope that the young girl gets the justice that she deserves. And I hope that those girls, they're monsters, man. Like, that's the only thing I can think to call them. They are true monsters. Nothing else you can say about that, yo. Well, now that I finished talking about all that, let's touch a little bit on the shows that I haven't talked about since I've been gone. Ooh, that was heavy, right? A little bit, I know. There's been a new show that Fox has released, and everybody is in love with it. Empire. Oh my God. It stars Terrence Howard and Taraji Henson, and you know, Taraji Henson plays Terrence Howard's ex-wife. Terrence Howard owns this large music company that Taraji Henson's character essentially started with him, and she went to jail for like 17 years, but she gave him like $400,000 in, you know, drug money to get the company started, and it's blossomed into this multi-million-dollar organization. And she basically coming back, and she wants what she wants to get what she deserved, and I don't blame her. Excuse me, y'all. Taraji's character is named Cookie Line, and Terrence Howard's character is Lucius Line. And man, dude is grimy. I mean, he shot and killed Cookie's cousin that was basically like his right-hand man, was working for him for so many years. He shot and killed the man, like shot him in the face and killed him. And Lucius, he has ALS, and he only has 3 years to live, so they have 3 sons. They're all adults, and you know, the whole thing is about him trying to figure out which one is going to take over the company. And you have Andre, the oldest, who is bipolar. He's crazy than a bro lizard. Like, he's very smart. He's very intelligent. You know, he went to Ivy League school, got his education and everything, but they're bipolar. I don't know if it's him having bipolar or what it is, being bipolar. I shouldn't say that, you know. That's a sad disorder, you know. But I don't know if it has anything to do with him and the disease or what, but baby boy is crazy. Like, baby boy got issues on top of issues, on top of issues, on top of issues. He's a snake. He's trying to figure out how he can get his other 2 brothers to turn against each other and basically knock themselves out so he can have the company. Everything, he doesn't care what he does to try to get himself on top. And like, I don't know, if you haven't been watching the show, you've been missing out. Like, Lucius has a new girl that he's with now, new fiance, and her name is Anika, but everybody knows her as Boo Boo Kitty because that's what Cookie calls her. Because I mean, Cookie is the shit. Like, her character is the business. Like, she's like the main reason I watch the show. I don't want to give y'all too much because, like I said, this ain't a review, but that show is amazing. Like, Lee Daniels is in charge, you know, just one of the creators, you know, and then you have Timbaland with the music. And this show, I mean, it's amazing. The music and everything, the storyline, it is just on point, yo. Like, for real. I can't even describe it. That show is amazing. The middle son is Jamal, and he's gay, and Lucius has a problem with him coming out because he has a problem with him being gay. It's like he doesn't want to accept the fact that his son is gay. And So he's been concealing it, you know, and he even had the boy to get married to somebody when he was younger, when he was like 18, which ended up like was quickly dissolved, but to try to cover up the fact that he was gay. And that's a scene that you see that it broke my heart. Like when Jamal was younger, when he was a little boy, he had put on his mother's heels. He put on her pumps, and he had the pumps on. He had his hair tied, and you know, with his little hands on his hips, because he wanted to be like his mom. And Lucius picks up the little boy and throws him in the trash, just because he doesn't want a gay son that bad. He threw the boy in the trash. Lord, I don't know why Cookie did not beat his ass when he did that. Like, he threw her baby in the trash. But that's how much Lucius is against him being gay. You know, he's grown up now, and you know, he's grown and kind of does what, you know, kind of, you know, I can do what I want to do, but he still keeps it undercover. And because, you know, his dad, like, if you come out, if you say I'm taking everything from you, like, seriously, you that messed up about an image or whatever you are worried about. Like, you feel that strongly about that you would just, you know, kick your son to the curb and disown them because you don't want to accept him for who he is. And sadly, that's something that is still happening in the black community. Like, this show, like, it's so real. Like, if you're not watching Empire, I don't know what rock you are sleeping under, because everybody is loving Empire. I'm talking about men, women, well, anybody old enough to actually watch the show, because children shouldn't be watching Empire. It's a little, it can be a little raw for kids. It's not made for kids. I mean, it's on Fox, but it's not for kids. You need to be at least in high school before you watch an Empire. That's, you know. But on this last episode, Jamal did end up coming out, and there are cameos. There's some crazy, like, unexpected cameos all up and through this show, for real. And one in particular was Raven popping up, Raven Simone, and she pops up, and apparently she was the girl that Jamal had married. And she pops up with this little 6-year-old girl, and she was like, yeah, here's your son, here's your daughter. She wanted to meet her daddy. She knows his son. She heard his song on the radio, and she wanted to meet her daddy. And she just kind of drops the little girl off and runs, disappears. Yeah, it's something else. Like, I'm so upset that there's only like 3 episodes of this season left, because every episode that you watch, it leaves you wanting to see more. Like, I don't know, they knew what they were doing when they made the show. Like, that's all you can say. They knew what they were doing. Every episode leaves you wanting to see more. Like, no lie. What other shows? Let's talk about Scandal. Olivia, she was kidnapped. We finally got to see where she was kidnapped at the end of the last season. We finally got to see where she was and where she was being held captive at. And she ended up trying, talking her way out of the situation to where she got them to auction her off. And we thought she was getting auctioned off to the Russians, and turns out that, you know, they pulled some strings. Red pulled some strings, and she called the dude that was Steven from the first season, and they got her. They got her back. And, you know, she went off on Fitz because, you know, he started a war because he wanted her back and everything, you know, because dude, the vice president, basically had her kidnapped because he wanted to start this war with Angola. And she wasn't having it. She was like, you done went to war over one person. Like, then you are not the person I thought you was. And I'm over you. But we gonna see how long that happens, because it's like no matter what, Olivia cannot leave Fitz alone. So we gonna see if she really over him or what's gonna happen. But that's basically been it with Scandal since he came back. And How to Get Away with Murder. Oh my God. How to Get Away with Murder. Y'all. Oh, How to Get Away with Murder. That show. Whew. That show messes with your mind. That show would have you thinking that you crazy, all trying to figure out what's going on, why this happened, what happened. Oh, man. So, Annalise, you know, she kind of helps them, helps the kids get up out of the murder situation. And, she ends up setting up Nick for her husband's murder. Basically, kind of make it seem like he did it because of her. And poor Nick, like, his wife is dying in hospice care of ovarian cancer. So, you know, she's okay. She knows about Annalise, but she's like, you know, I'm dying and I'm okay with you moving on and being with somebody else, because I know I'm no longer I'm going to be here. And if it's going to make you happy, I just want you to be happy and to know that you're going to be okay when I leave. But I don't know if Annalise the one to make him happy. And then when Sam's sister pops up, you know, for a while, you know, Sam is missing before they actually find out that he dead. His sister pops up and she's like trying to find out what her brother is and what's going on, you know. Why ain't nobody putting up signs for her brother? And, you know, and Annalise is trying to play it off like she just thought he left because he was mad at her, and, you know, she think he just left because he didn't want to be with her no more. That's what she trying to play. And then they find the body and do DNA. He's like chopped up and burned and stuff, but they able to find him through DNA. And the sister like, oh, you need to arrest Annalise, and Annalise, you know, she falls apart afterwards and just kind of goes in her room and decides not to come out. And she called her mama and like, Mama, I need you. Come to find out, her mama is Cicely Tyson, and her name is not Annalise. Her name is Anna Mae. She decided to change her name because it was a part of her life she didn't want to deal with. Come to find out, Anna Mae was molested as a child by her uncle, And this whole time she's been hating her mom because she didn't think her mom did anything. Her mom was like, you know, he's dead. There's no reason for us to talk about it. He got what he deserved. He's dead. But she still been hating her mom because she felt like she should have did more. She should have did more to protect her, and that's why she messed up in the head, and she does all the messed up things she does because of what happened to her. And then Cicely Tyson reveals to her that she knew her uncle would always fall asleep smoking, and she always end up putting the cigarette out. But when she found out what happened, she decided that she wasn't gonna put the cigarette out, and she let him fall asleep and got her kids out the house and let him burn up in the house with that house. Let him set the house on fire with the cigarette, and that was it. She ain't had to worry about him no more because he hurt her baby. So, after telling her that, I guess, and Annalise Anime was okay with her mama, but she, on this last episode, you know, we going back and forth, and you know, Wes is digging deeper. He wants to know what happened to the dude that he used to be with, that used to live in his apartment before him, and he's starting to dig. And Rebecca is like, she don't know what happened to the boy. And come to find out, she did know about him. She did have something to do with the boy going crazy, the boy in the loony bin. And after that, she, you know, he goes and finds the boy, and the boy basically kind of tells him, even though he's like under this sedated state and his mind is somewhat messed up, they figure out that he knows something about Rebecca and Lila. And Rebecca, he thinks that Rebecca has something to do with Lila's murder. He starts to think that, and he starts to question, like, everything that he did. He felt like he did all this stuff to protect her, and she ain't really what he thinks she is. So, they end up tying the girl up and putting her. It was just crazy. They end up all questioning the girl. They tied her up and stuff because she like she gonna go to the police, and I'm like, whoa, y'all are crazy, y'all. From child, it was a lot. How to Get Away with Murder was a whole lot, and then in the end we find out that you know, Rebecca didn't have nothing to do with it. Like, she had things that she lied about. She did some stupid stuff. But come to find out, Frank was the one who actually killed Lila for Sam. So Sam didn't actually do it, but, you know, technically he did because, you know, conspiracy to commit murder. And I'm like, I knew Frank would cover up some stuff, but I ain't know, like, he was gangster like that, killing people. And then, find out, you see Rebecca, they think Rebecca done ran off, and then got away, and they were like, oh snap, she gonna go to police, and she gonna tell the police everything. But you find out Rebecca is dead in Annalise's basement. Like, so now we gotta wait till next season to find out who killed Rebecca. Like, you know, if how they gonna hide Rebecca's body and all that stuff. Like, I'm like, y'all, ooh, y'all gonna run my blood pressure up. Cause Annalise is like, did you do it? No. Frank, she asking Frank, did you do it? He's like, no, I ain't that guy. He's like, I thought you did it. She like, you think I'm that person? I'm like, y'all all are crazy. Yo, ooh. That's how y'all know how to get these people off so good, because y'all do some messed up stuff your damn self. Like, shit. Yeah, they run up your blood pressure on how to get away with murder. But it was a 2-hour season finale. So I guess next week we're going to find out more about what's going on with Scandal. But we're going to have to wait till this fall to see whatever's going on with How to Get Away with Murder. Love and Hip Hop. I'm so over it. I don't even want to talk about Love and Hip Hop because, like, I'm just over it. Love and Hip Hop New York just needs to go away. Tara and Amina keep still going back and forth about Peter. I don't know why. Yandy, I don't even know what to say about Yandy. Yandy and Mendices, I think they just, I don't know if they making up stuff or what, because they want a storyline, but then Diamond and Cisco, that show just, because y'all know Diamond dumb as hell, but she a little crazy too, and I don't know, like, and then they didn't introduce Johnny Blaze. You know, Johnny Blaze is a stripper, a popular stripper from Houston, and they done brought her on the show, and I'm just like, y'all are doing the absolute most, and not in a good way, because it's not interesting enough. It's just like they are trying too hard for whatever reason. They doing too much, and the show just needs to die. Like, it's done. Stick a fork in it. I started getting into Bring It. I know some of the people that have been watching it, like, since the very beginning of last season, they're saying that this season is kind of slow, but it's cool to me. But it's probably because I wasn't into it as much as other people were, and I'm just now getting into the show. But it's cool to me, you know. I'm not expecting it to have a lot of drama. I don't want it to have a lot of drama because it's about kids dancing. So don't nobody want to see kids fighting and all. Don't see no mess with kids. Like, that's just, you know, kind of disheartening. So yeah. But yeah, I like it. That's all I'm gonna really say about that. Black Ink Crew is back, and so far I'm loving where the show is going. Duchess and Caesar are engaged. Oh shit, still oh shit. Oh shit really ain't shit. They got a new chick on there named Donna, and he fucking Donna just like he was fucking Alex, and he keep getting caught up with Dirty Piss when he's supposed to be going to see his bail bondsman, so they keep sending him to jail, and because he on that cocaine. I'm like, need to leave that nose candy alone, my dude. Like, for real, let it go. That stuff, and that stuff ain't cool, dog. Like, you need to let that nose candy go. But I said, oh shit still ain't shit. Caesar and Puma got into it. Caesar had basically got the shop remodeled, and Puma coming there. He had a party, and in the beginning, you know, it seemed like Puma was joking, like kind of how friends always do, kind of crack on each other, and you know, it's a thing that friends do. But then, you know, he started taking it too far and getting real disrespectful, and Caesar basically just had enough, and he walked up and told Puma he needed to get out. Puma was like, you know what? Oh, I'm gonna go. He took a piece of chicken and he threw the chicken down like, on the floor, and I was like, why you drop that chicken like that? Somebody could have that chicken, and you just playing with the chicken. And he's like, I should have knocked all the chicken over. In his little confessional, I'm like, but what the chicken do to you? Why you want to throw all the chicken down? That's so disrespectful. Just throwing chicken on the floor. What is wrong with you? Yeah, Caesar, after that, Caesar body slammed him, and child, what else? What other show am I watching right now? There's a new Preachers of not a Preachers of LA. There's now a Preachers of Detroit, and I've started watching it. It just started. I'm trying to get into it. I don't really have nothing to say about it so far. I'm just gonna have to watch to see where it goes. Like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna have to say about that one. I'm just gonna have to watch and see where it goes. R&B Divas, LA, they just started, so I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts on that yet either. I am happy to see Michelle A going through therapy for her depression issues. I was kind of a little upset with Mo for trying to push her to date so fast, and that, you know, she didn't show up, and she basically Michelle A tried to tell her that she wasn't ready, but I don't think Mo wanted to listen to what she was saying, and she just basically, like, she needed somebody. It was time for her to get her somebody, and that was going to make her happy, and it was just too soon. Michelle A didn't show up. Yeah, and you just, sometimes when people are in that space and they're trying to get better, you just gotta leave them alone and let them do it the best way they know how. Don't try to push them too fast in any direction, and just be there for them. And that's kind of what made me upset with Mo. And then they were upset because Leela had an event for her friend. She had a birthday party for her friend, and I guess Michelle had to leave because she told her babysitter that she was gonna be home by 10:30, and 10:30 came and she wasn't there. So the babysitter was like, look, you need to come here and get your kid. You told me you was gonna be here by a certain time, and you ain't here yet, so you need to get your butt here and get your kid. So she left. Mo's mad. Mo's like, oh, this ain't the time and place for that. This ain't when you leave, and you don't leave from a place like this. You don't leave an event like this. And I'm like, Mo, you just need to cut it out. Like, everybody ain't got no spouses, somebody to sit at home with their kids while they go do whatever. She's a single parent. She don't got nobody else but herself. I mean, Suge Knight, her baby daddy, and look where he is right now. He about to go to jail again. He about to go back to jail, and this time looks like for murder, for a hit and run. Vehicular homicide, possibly. So, you know, like, she ain't got no help. She gotta do what she gotta do, however she have to do it. So, yeah, that's R&B Divas for right now. And I think that's all I got for you guys. Like, I'm going to get back up on my videos, and I'm gonna be coming to you guys a lot more frequently, you know, start getting everything back together. And you know, I still got school going on and I'm doing that, but I'm getting back where I need to be. So you guys will see much more videos from me soon. Everything's gonna pick back up, but they won't be this long anymore. It's just I had so much to talk about because it's been so long since I came to you guys with a video. So if you still here, I appreciate you for staying and watching the whole thing. And you know, because yeah, this is a long video and I don't typically make my videos this long, but I appreciate you staying here to watch the whole thing, and I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.